Okay. I think, yep. All right. All right. I think we're doing okay here. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, where you can learn more about me. You can see what we have, our things that we have to offer. You can place an order. You can join my team. You can sign up to do a workshop. Excuse me, if there's anything I can help you with, please reach out to me here on my Facebook page or through the stampinup.net. Okay, so do apologize I didn't make it on here last Friday. I've been out of the swing and just a few different things that were interfering with me getting on here on Friday. So I do want to get back into my routine, but sometimes other things get in the way. So today I wanted to just first show you a few things and then get into the card I'm going to make. Okay, I had a card class last week where this is one of the cards we made, and this is from the All About Autumn. Okay, so I got the paper, which right now is not available. It's on back order. So once that comes in, then you'll be able to order that if you haven't already. I got the dies for this. I decided I didn't want the stamp set because I like some other stamp sets I already had for leaves better. And then after I saw, as usual, after seeing somebody use it, I thought maybe I should. I'm still considering that, but mostly I wanted the dies. I love leaves, so in one sense, I don't know why I thought I wouldn't want it necessarily, but, you know, that happens sometimes, like, because you can't buy everything. So that's part of the issue. If I can't buy everything, it makes it a little difficult, but I did. Today, it's on, if you have a copy of the catalog, it's on page 42 and 43, but the paper's called All About Autumn, and the stamp and die set is Autumn Leaves. Okay, so it's either Autumn Leaves stamp set or Autumn Leaves bundle. And that's what I used for this. Okay, and here's some of the leaves stamped out of the paper. I'm going to show you, quickly show you the paper right here. And it's 6 by 6, so decide, this is, and I'm just going to, I did them back to back so you can see front and back. So there's one. If I can pick them up, that is. 2. You see, a lot of them, some of them are leaves, some of them are, scenery. Some is like this, looks like a sweater. And there's the background of that. This looks kind of like a couch or hassock or something. Okay. Here's some more books on a shelf. And there's the back side of that. This is, I think it's like a kind of dark blue corduroy. And I think that's really pretty. I love the back side of these. They're so pretty. Here's some wood. Pumpkins. Some leaves. And more leaves. And then another fall picture of scenery. Okay. So the other thing I did on Saturday, I had a class where we put together the wreath kit from, this is in the kit collection. Okay, now this is pretty much I did this one just as an example of, so they could see the way it was suggested. I got a little messy with my glue gun, but that's what they suggest. But you can do a lot, you don't have to do it exactly that way, and you could bring other things in. Like, so I saw some people took some ribbon and wrapped all around, okay, or painted it. This one, my sister did, and she decided that she wanted to put some ink all around the edge, so she used you can either use a sponge dauber, like this type of dauber, or you can use like one of the brushes. okay? And, or you also could paint it if you had paint. And then she did spread hers out a little differently for me. And then she wanted to add some more at the top here. Actually, hers goes a little bit more. If you hang it, it's going to be more like that. Mine's pretty much at the bottom. Hers is a little more on the side. Okay, I did put some still pictures on the other day of all the wreaths that were made. So you can take a look at those if you would like. They're here on this Facebook. Just have to go back a little bit. All right, then I saw a fun fold that I wanted to try, and of course right now, I was trying so hard to get it, I have it here somewhere, but where I put it I don't know. I'll write it in the comments later, the lady's name that, oh, here it is, right here. Put the wreaths on top of it. Alicia Dolan is who I saw do this card, and it's very similar. You know, I've often said that my favorite fold with a card, see if I have one here, I kind of do right here. Well, that's not it. My favorite fold is, I can just do it with one second, is where you have your card and then you just, oh, that's going the wrong direction. And then you just fold this in half like that, because you can, and you can make it, you know, all the way like this. You can make it part way. It can be like this, and you could put it like this and it would open like this, or you could have it be like here and then put a little stopper here, and then it becomes a type of becomes a type of easel card, okay, like this. You could fold it in like this, and I've done some things with that, okay. So this is kind of a takeoff on that. So you're going to start with, so it's kind of, let me just show you the card that I made first. This is using the One Horse Open Sleigh paper that is online only, so it's an online exclusive, okay. And our little truck, I didn't punch it out, I just kind of trimmed around it, okay. And it opens like this, so you could sit it up like this, okay. Or you could maybe open it more so it's like that, or you could leave it closed a little more like this. I did realize if you wanted, this is one that would be also good if you wanted a belly band, to put it on the belly band. But so that gives you a few options. Okay, so I'm going to show you, that's what I'm going to show you today. So you start with 8.5 by 5.25, 5.5, sorry, 5.5 by 8.5. Then you're going to score, the one score is already there. You're going to score it at 4.25. That's the center. And then you're going to score it at 7.25. Oh, my score blade fell off, of course. Wow, so much when you think you've got it all together. And wait a minute, where's my, I'll just use one of these. It'll still work. Okay. All right, so here's the front. Move this out of the way. And then that folds back. Okay. So it'll open like this. Now, if you wanted, you could glue this down. I didn't choose to do that, but you could glue that down if you wanted. All right. So, and I kind of have the measurements here, but not so that you can read them. And I meant to write those down. Oh my gosh. I have to get back. I'm not quite back where I should be here. So then for the designer series paper, I'm going to show you. Here's one I did using, okay. Now this one, there's different ways to do it. On this one, I used the back side. That red is the back side of this paper. This one, I used the front side. And then this, right here, that's the back side. So I did end up using more than one piece for this because I wanted to use both sides. And because it's 6 by 6, it takes up most of it, right? So I kind of like that. I kind of like this. So then I thought, okay, what else can I do with it? So this is going to be folded like that. And then I decided I'm going to do the pumpkin paper. Now, the blue on the back of this is Pretty Peacock. And this paper here is Lost Lagoon, which is kind of a lighter shade of that. Okay, so I decided, oops, I wanted the pumpkins here. And then the strips, the other strips along the other edges. Now I'm going to show you how we cut this is. Because I used the whole thing, I trimmed it down to 5 1/4. Okay, and I put this all back together like it wasn't, we'll pretend it's not cut apart. So this is 6 inches and this is 5 1/4. So that means I cut 3/4 of an inch off. Okay, so then this, I'm telling you correct, this is 2 3/4, and then these are each an inch, and then this is what's left, the piece that's left, and this is a little bit wider than that. Let me just see. And that's about, if I can get it on the edge right, that's 1 1/4, and because the bottom that was cut off, see I cut this off the bottom, that's 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so you've also got this to use if you would like. All right, so so I'm just gonna use a tape runner, but you can use whatever you like, whether it's a tape runner, if it's glue, liquid glue, you know, whatever you make sure. Okay, this one will work. Make sure I have one that, and you can either do it across like this or, you know, down the long way. So this I'm going to put on the front, and I'm going to try and get it about the same margin there. Now for over here, you could, if you decided, like I did on this one, you could put the next piece there, and then this piece would go there, and this piece, wait, maybe I got it backwards, no, like that, and that could go like that. But I decided on this one I want to use the other side, so I'm going to turn that over and put that one right there. Okay, so just try and get this, try to get about the same amount around it. Then on this side, that over there, I decided on these long ones to go down the side because when I did it the other day, I'll make sure I get this where it belongs. Like that, it doesn't matter on this side. And this is gonna go, oh no, I did it on the wrong side. Oh, all right, where's my, all right, because I don't want it to be pumpkins here, I want it to be this. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what I might do, because this one you don't really see anyway. See if I can get this off, because I just put it on. Sometimes if you take it off right after you put it on, it'll come off. So I'm going to put this one here, because I really wanted this on both. But I can get that off if I work with my what's it called, my rubber eraser, but I'm not going to take the time to do that now, and that's okay. So that's going to be like that. This, and then this wider piece from what was left, I'm going to put over here. And I started to tell you, the other day, when I did one, I did it like this way, but then what happened was it didn't adhere real well, and it was buckling up, so I didn't like how that looked, so I decided I was going to go down the length of it here. All right, so here's this. Now, on this one, I decided to put, another piece from the paper there, so I could put a pumpkin here, put some of this here, but I wanted something a little different. So I thought, well, maybe I'll run it through with an embossing folder. And the one I end up using is retired, but it was this greenery one. And I liked, hopefully you can see it there, I liked those coming up. And I did try it on here, but it was wide enough and I couldn't, and then I didn't want it showing everywhere. So I will use this for something else, but right, so I decided to do it on another piece of paper the same color. Now you can do a different color if you want. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that sticks down well. That you can, when you do something like this, it just gives you a little more dimension also, because it, it's not perfectly flat. And then over here, I'm using Very Vanilla here. Does that look right? I think I got something crooked or something. Let me just make sure. So this almost looks like it's wider at the top than at the bottom. So let me just make sure. Let's see. So this would be 2 3/4. Ah, this is a little more. Okay, so if that's all the way over there, I'm going to make this a little smaller because, see, that was wider. So it's more, this is more like 2 and, let's see, 3/4 is 5/8, like 2 5/8. 3/4 is 6/8, but, and usually you stamp before you stick it down, and I don't know right now what I want in there, so I'm not going to stick it down. But this is like, so when you open it, it's going to be like that with your inside sentiment. You can decorate it however you want. If you wanted to cut some of the leaves out of the paper there, you could put those around there. If you have the stamp set, you can stamp some leaves, or I have leaves from a different stamp set. I could put those on. I have some pumpkin stamps, so, it's pretty much whatever you want. Okay, so I'm not going to put that in. And then for here, as I said, if you wanted this, and that doesn't look bad. So now you've got like some different, what did I do on the other? Here it is. See this one, well, it's like that. I did the same. I was going to do this, so it could have been this color over there, but because here, this one's too thin, so I'm not going to put that one there. It wouldn't have looked, but gives you an idea, a little bit of an idea like that. That would be like that, but that's not bad like that. And if I want, I may, like, have this extra piece, I could put a decoration over here on this side if I want. I think I actually may use this on my envelope to decorate it. Okay. And as I said, I don't want to just glue this down right yet because I'm not sure what I want to say on the inside. For the outside, what I did on here was I took a piece of, cardstock that was the same color as that, and then I used a piece of this to put it here, and then I used, because that was off-white, or the, what's it called, Very Vanilla background, I used Very Vanilla there. On here, I think I may just do this. Let's see. Because I could still just make that a little narrower. And I could still put, because I think I'm going to want, I don't think I'm going to want just that. So let me see here. There's my, right here. Got some extra here too I can use if I need it. So I like the size of this. What is the size of this? This was, all right, that's 2 3/4, 2 3/4 by an inch. So let's see, that's a little more than this. Let me do 2 3/4 first. Like this, an inch. Now, I'm just kind of afraid if I put that on there that that's going to end up being too much. Yes, that's going to be too much. So I'm just going to, let me just try. If I don't like it, I can always do something else. Where's my, I think I'm going to put the same sentiment on here. Because it's a clear stamp, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. Oop. Grateful for You, and I did use, this is stamps from this month's Paper Pumpkin. Oh, I got the used darker. I'm gonna do it on this side because somehow I got, maybe because I had to stamp it again because the one wasn't. So I'm gonna put this a little closer to the top, and I think I'm gonna trim it down a little because it's a little wider than I really need it. Oh, I know what I could do. See if I've got a piece of, I didn't think to. There. Just see, do I like that? Just like that. The other thing I could do, one second here, let me think. Pretty Peacock. 1 second. Let's see if I have a piece, maybe just a little, because this would be the other thing to do, and I will, it's like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me see, where's the, right here, where's, I need a few more things here in my way. Put that there. And there. And then put this just like that. And what I did too is I put the glue on here, not on the back of this, because then, make sure I know where it is. There. So that can be like that. And then if I wanted, the other thing I can do, this looks like it's almost the right, it's a little, not quite as wide, and a little, where's my, of course, now I don't, I must have dropped it somewhere, the piece that goes on the inside there. Here it is. I get a hold of it. Well, that's a little narrower, but I could even do this and have that be on the front of it. I'll do this. So this, let me just make sure this is the right length. So this would be 5 1/4, just like the others. And this would go there. Now let me just see, that is 2 1/2. So sorry. And this one, so I'm going to stamp on the, this is 2.5 by 5.25. Nope, I don't have that quite right. Let me do it this way. Sometimes if I turn it sideways, I can see a little bit better. There. And then that was 2.5. Do I want this? Let me see. That was, wait, make sure that wasn't 2.5. What is that? That's 5.25 by, I needed this size. Yeah, 2.5. So this way. So if I make it, is 2 gonna be in? Yeah, 2 will be okay. So 2 inches. And then I want it down. I'm going to do it about here. See, what is that? I have it about there. And about 4. Let me try 2 by 4. 2 or 1.5. What was that? 2 by 4. I think I like that. So that's what. And then when I decide what I want on the inside, I will. If I just put a tiny bit, I'll be able to take it off to put what I want on the inside, but so we can at least have an idea. And if you want, you could put some gold colored bling on, or you know, any bling you have that you like, you could add just to jazz it up a little. But I'm not going to right now. But so here are these, this style, this 3. And let me just try. Sometimes if you, careful, I don't want to get the, there, that's a little bit better. Let's see if I can get it to close a little better. There. I don't mind it popping up a little, but you definitely, I like it to be to sit nicely, especially when you want to take pictures of something. Okay, so, and I will put, I forgot that I wanted to write the measurements all out on another piece of paper, not just what I'm looking at, so that you could see. But I will put the measurements down below. Okay. So there. So there we go. So that nice fun fold. I haven't heard a name. No one came up with, she didn't come up with a name for it, but anyway. But there we go. So hope you might try this fold out yourself. And again, if you wanted, that could even go on the inside, you know, if you wanted that look. There's so many different things that you can do by just folding back that front, the front of the card. Okay, so all right, so this was the fun fold that I had hoped to do on Friday, but there it finally is for you. And I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, of doing things maybe Tuesday and Friday. I'm not sure. I have to make sure that that is really going to work, and that I don't have other things interfering, because I don't want to think I'm going to do something, and then if there's something that's recurring, you know, all the time, I don't want it to get in the way of this. So, okay. Thanks so much for watching. I hope everyone has a good rest of the day. And until we meet again, my friends, happy crafting. Bye-bye.